All right, we coming back at y'all again from Valhalla, Anthony.
And I'm Andrew.
Yep, on this time around, it's been a minute since we got one out, but you can't rush perfection. We're trying to get it right, trying to get it dialed, trying to get a little structure so we're not just rambling around, you know, a couple of dumbasses on the mic, trying on the ones and twos.
Trying to get a lot of stuff figured out, trying new things.
Let me just start off by saying this, guys. I'm not one to give credit where it's not due, but Andrew is – me and him are pretty much as dumb as you can get technology-wise. And the things that he's done in the past 24 hours is – dude, for real, and I'm not trying to say it to be funny. This mug has created a website, and we're going to plug all that. But let me just tell you, I want to give a lot of props to my boy over here because he has come up with some shit. I mean, I'm talking some professional-level shit.
Definitely not professional.
To us, that's professional, dog.
A lot of YouTube videos being watched.
Well, hey, my hat's off to you. You did a good job, man, for real.
Pretty cool. But, yeah, we're going to plug all that stuff later, get everybody to check it out. But let's kick it off into the first segment, man. What do you think about Ain't That a Bitch?
Oh, man, I love this segment. This is something we come up with, you know, something we're going to try out for a little while, you know, because, I mean, how many times are you at work, you're at home? It can be anything in the drive-thru, at the gas station, in the bathroom, and what hits you? Man, oh, ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch?
So what we got? What we got on the docket, man?
Man, I would have to say took the kids to eat lunch yesterday at Burger King.
Burger King. Yeah. Very hit or miss at times.
Yeah, definitely the one where we live at.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of the time.
For sure.
But, I mean, as soon as we walked in, man, the woman at the register, as soon as we walked in, she goes, "Just letting you know, we don't have any burgers. At Burger King, we don't have any burgers."
Okay, at the King, the king of burgers, they don't have burgers?
Man, I didn't go to Burger King to eat a fucking chicken sandwich.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, that was a bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
Ain't that a bitch?
Definitely was.
So now we're looking at I heard about maybe you having a little run in at a bathroom. on your vacation?
Yeah, I think it was our last day on vacation. We were, I don't remember what the name of the little souvenir shop we were in. Took my youngest son to the bathroom so he can use the bathroom, wash his hands. We're over there washing his hands. See, this guy walks in with his son, and they both go to the stand-up urinals.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, the guy, you know, the older guy just goes ahead, starts using the bathroom. The little kid, I don't know if he's never used a urinal or what, pulled his pants down, turned around, started taking a shit in the fucking urinal. And
so he proceeded to did he hover or did he hop up on? So he sat straight on that fucking big chlorine tablet.
Man, look, we just pissed in that fucking urinal before he said it, man.
And you know when his daddy looked over there and saw his little ass bowed up in that urinal, what did he think, Drew? Hit me with it, please.
First thing he said, "Get your ass out there. Get up, boy.
Ain't that a bitch?"
God, man.
Damn. But
I felt bad, man, because, I mean, just all the germs. I could just see it on his dad's face. I mean, I would have stopped him had I seen it, but I was too busy trying to help my son wash his hands.
Well, hey, you was handling yours, and you know that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, you know his dad had to think that's a bitch.
I mean, surely his dad had taken him to a urinal before, man, because I mean the kid was 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, I mean you got to think that's something you learn all, you know. But you know, speaking of that, this is crazy. I'm gonna tell off on myself for a second. We went deep sea fishing on our trip, and I just now thought about this. We stop at a gas station. And it's a little gas station. As soon as you get off one of the little the main highway going to Destin, well, I had to pee. So I go in, find the bathroom. I didn't really pay much attention when I walked in. So I walk in quickly, and I'm pissing, and I'm looking around. I'm like, man, there's no urinals in here, man. This is weird. You know, usually there's always urinals. Well, about that time, I hear the door open, and I hear kind of a gasp. And I look over my shoulder, and there's an elderly Asian lady standing there looking at me, and I'm like, damn, woman, this is the men's bathroom. So she turns around, walks out. I go over there, wash my hands and shit. Well, when I walk out the door, there's like 3 women standing there, and they're all staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I turned around and looked. I was in the women's bathroom the whole fucking time.
Ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch? I mean, it was, you know, they probably thought I was a pervert, but it was, dude, when you have to pee, you've been there. When you have to pee, I just saw a restroom sign. I just barged in there, dude. I did find it funny there was no urinals, but
Man, hey, I wouldn't even thought about it, man. I just went. You know.
Hey, they'll be all right. You know, at their age, it wouldn't be the first one they'd seen. I'm just guessing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But what about your staycation, man?
Oh man, I have officially been on vacation for 10 days,
Oh,
man.
dude, that's almost too much time because you get so used to not working.
I'm gonna tell you, man. We come back from vacation from Alabama, Orange Beach, this past Sunday, and I didn't have to be back at work till Friday. So when my wife got up and went to work Monday morning, man, I could just see in her face, this motherfucker gets to sit around for a whole nother week, you know, and
Oh yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so.
definitely earned.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, man, you work hard. You know, take it when you can get it. But now it's gonna be like culture shock when you go back. And I know what you thinking in the morning. You gonna wake up, that fucking alarm clock's gonna go off. You gonna think, man, ain't that a
Man,
bitch?
2:45 in the morning, man.
Ooh, yeah,
And
working
it's-
hard sucks, man.
And it sucks, man, because my first day back is on a Friday, so I don't get the weekend off. So
No.
you know,
Hey, there's a
it
lot.
sucks.
There's a lot of people that sitting at home tomorrow in the air conditioner that's gonna appreciate everything you do.
And then most people get the holiday off Monday for 4th of July. Not me.
Not you.
So I gotta
Do you
work.
at least get any incentive for that?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, yeah, we get paid very well for it.
Yeah,
so.
well, I mean, hey, as long as you're getting something extra, But yeah, that's about all we got. That just really, didn't trigger us, but kind of off the beaten path of what you'd see on a normal day. So, but let's get into some news, man. We've got some pretty crazy shit. I saw Bill Cosby seeing the light of day again.
Oh my God, man! I don't even know how that's possible, but I didn't really read up on it too much, but I did see the headlines.
I didn't either, but you got to think about it. I don't know how many cases got brought against him at the end, but do I personally think he's guilty of every one of them? Probably not. No,
man. You know, a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon just
for
to
sure.
get paid, man.
But do I think there's something there, man? Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Oh,
usually.
absolutely.
I think that it's probably a mix of he was doing a lot of shit he wasn't supposed to be doing, and I think a lot of people might have seen it as an opportunity to probably try to cash in because, it's kind of a slippery slope, so I don't want to dive into it, but I just don't understand how. I mean, they had that man dead to rights. I mean, they were talking. He's never going to see the light of day. And is it just me, or did it kind of sneak up on you? It's like one day you just see Bill Cosby walking out, and I'm like, what? How the hell did this happen?
Yeah, I haven't even been following him, man, so I didn't even know he had a chance of getting out. But I did see a meme on Facebook where R. Kelly was on the phone, calling Bill Cosby, trying to figure out who his lawyers were so he can get out too, man. So I thought that was pretty good.
I don't know, man. Something tells me that, like, I think a lot of that's going to be background. You see, you had the Cosby Show, you had the Jello guy, the pudding guy, and then R. Kelly. You know what I'm talking about?
Pissing on girls,
underage girls. I mean, he did write "I Believe I Can Fly." He did sing that, but that's only going to get you so far. So.
Man.
But yeah, I thought that was crazy, man. Bill Cosby back at it again. Hopefully he learned something.
Wasn't he like 90 years old?
I don't know, man. I saw him walking. It looked like they were having to carry his ass in there, but I don't know. He's back out again. So hopefully that it's not gonna pop up anything like that anymore. Hopefully, if he was doing some shady shit, that he learned his lesson, or he's remorseful, or.
I would say anybody else that's going to come out the woodworks, they're just going to brush it off, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's out.
Yeah, it's like you said. Good point. But I did see you're a big Yellowstone fan, right?
Big time Yellowstone fan, man. My wife got me hooked. Man, I think we binge watched every freaking season and episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. Big time fan, man. But I did see in the headlines where I guess they pushed back the new season till November, I think it was what I read. But so pretty disappointed about that, man. I think everybody's waiting on that to come out.
Yeah.
So.
See, it's like I've dabbled in watching it. Me and my wife. I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan.
Me too.
I mean, a lot of his stuff. I mean, growing up, I remember, big baseball fan, Field of Dreams, Robin Hood. I mean, a lot of people don't remember, Kevin Costner was the Robin Hood when I was growing up. That was big time. And there's a lot of other movies like, have you seen A Perfect World with Clint Eastwood and Kevin Costner?
I'm not sure, man. I know he did play. Another movie I liked he played in was Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Was it where Jack Ryan was a spy or something like that?
I have not seen any of the Jack Ryan movies.
Shadow Recruit or something like that.
I know he was. What was the one with Ashton Kutcher? Was it The Guardian?
I think so.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And Tin Cup. I mean,
Man,
that's classic.
He's
dude.
played in so much stuff, man.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's. He's probably up there for sure in my top 5 actors.
Well, I wonder, like in Yellowstone, he has a very like raspy voice. Is it really like that, or is that? I can't remember.
He does a lot of singing. You know, a lot of like country music, folk music, and him being an actor, I'm sure he can probably throw his voice to do about anything, anything he wants to. But I'm pretty much anything Kevin Costner's in, it's gonna be good. You know, and he seems like a good guy too. So, but touch on on kind of on a sadder note, the hotel in Miami, man, that was tragic, man. That was really sad.
Very tragic. I read up on it briefly. I think they said I don't remember how many years they said the hotel's been sinking. You know, I guess they knew about it, but maybe I'm not sure. But I don't want to say nothing that I'm not 100% positive on. But you know, I read a story today in the headlines where they said all the rescuers, you know, they were out there trying to either find people or dig and try to get people out. They were still alive. Said they tried for 11 hours. They spoke to a woman that was buried. I guess she was in the parking garage, maybe. And they spoke to her for 11 hours, man, trying to figure out where she was and get her dug out. Till eventually, I guess, you know, after 11 hours, man.
Yeah, the oxygen
Yeah, I guess she passed away, and I don't guess they ever found her because, you know, they're saying the structure is so, you know, bad for the rest of the hotel. They're scared it's going to come down. They called it off, man, until they figure out what they're going to do.
Man, dude, that's so. I know they have a lot of structural problems in that part of Florida. I mean, from what I hear, it's pretty much sinking.
Scary, man.
It really is. You know, it's because you know you hear Miami, it's beautiful, beautiful place, the beaches, you know, the nightlife, but from what I hear, man, they've got a lot of problems with their infrastructure and things like that. You know, so.
Well, you know, the first thing I think of, man, when somebody says, hey, let's go to the beach to go on vacation, I'm like, man, let's get the biggest, you know, the highest hotel we can get, you know, so we have the best view, and then something like that happens, man, and you're sitting there thinking, man, I don't want to be that high, you know, I don't know.
A lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't think about that, you know, and that's like, I'm kind of scared of heights. I'm not gonna lie, I am. Hate airplanes. Even when we go to Tunica, me and my wife, you know, like we stayed at the Gold Strike Hotel a couple times. You know, that's a pretty tall hotel.
Pretty tall.
And I want to say we were up there like 16, 17 floors. And even when I'd get close to the window, I could feel my knees start to kind of get kind of weak. So I had to sleep pretty much. And I remember laying in bed thinking, man, dude, we're a long way in the air. That's kind of a spooky feeling. So.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's bad, man. Prayers go out to the family.
Absolutely.
Any victims, you know, it's terrible, and
couldn't imagine, man.
Couldn't imagine it either, man. So we'll be thinking about them and praying for them. But on to some sports news, man. I saw the Mississippi State Bulldogs took down the College World Series, first time in school history. Anybody knows, if you keep up with any form of college baseball, it's kind of like college football around here. The SEC kind of runs things. So you had 2 SEC teams in the final. It was Vanderbilt and Mississippi State, and Mississippi State took it down. So good job to the Bulldogs. Congratulations. Glad they could pull it off. And on to another sport that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and a few of my buddies play. My co-host has played a few times with me. I don't know if any of the viewers watch it. I'm sure some of you will, but the Disc Golf World Championship was over the weekend. And James Conrad hit it's not even probably, it's not up for debate. He hit the biggest shot in disc golf history to force a playoff with Paul McBeth. And for people who don't know, I'll just say Babe Ruth to baseball, Tom Brady to football, Wayne Gretzky to hockey is kind of where you'd classify Paul McBeth in the disc golf world. And, you know, it was kind of one of those things to where James Conrad had to do something otherworldly just to force a playoff with Paul McBeth. And he threw it in from around 250 foot to force a playoff. And Paul McBeth could have went for the green and tried to birdie out to beat him. But, I mean, he was playing smart. I mean, he thought if he just pars the hole, he's got it won. And I think that pretty much, I was telling my wife, whenever I saw James Conrad throw that shot in, you could visibly see in Macbeth's face that he was rattled. And I told her right then, I said, look, when they go to this playoff hole, I think that he's beat already. But, I mean, he's won 5 world championships. So, you know, I think he can afford to give Conrad one. But if y'all don't watch disc golf or you've never, you know, experienced the sport, go on YouTube, do yourself a favor, and just type in James Conrad, and it'll probably be one of the first things that pull up. But it's a fast-growing sport, man. It's catching on.
Man, it's fun. I played a few times, and, man, my kids love it. But it's, I mean, just playing Frisbee growing up, like, you know, it's always fun, man, playing Frisbee. But, you know, when you put in the, you know, the goals and stuff that you got to hit it in, it's fun, man.
Yeah, and I compare it, you know, sorry to cut you off, but what I like about it is I'm not going to say that ball golf is a very time-consuming sport, and you have to put a lot of time and work and effort in to be good at ball golf, and it's expensive. You can go buy a $25 starter set of disc golf discs, 3 discs, and you can play any course for free. You
Absolutely.
know? And like you said, the kids, you know, it's great to carry the kids out, get them some exercise, get them away from the video games, and enjoy the outside.
Make them get out. You know, it's definitely good exercise, man, because you're throwing, you're walking. I mean, you get your buddies out there, man, and get some beer in a cooler.
Oh, yeah. It's great times, man. It really is, you know. So if you've never checked it out or, you know, kind of on the fence about it, hey, play, man. It's really fun. Guys and girls, hey, carry the kids out. Y'all will have a good time. But yeah, we're on to another little segment we got here. I'm probably going to take a little heat for this one, but we want to do a little segment. I don't want to say to really get controversy going, but we're going to call this one Out the Spouse. And this is going to be the segment where you might, you know, have a question about something that your significant other is doing that, you know, you might want our opinion on, or something that they did, or something you just want to bust them out on.
Man,
you know?
If you just want to get something off your chest, or, you know,
anything, and we can keep it
advice.
anonymous. You know, we can be honest. You know, and my wife is, I mean, she's a beautiful, special woman who I love dearly, but my wife can't drive for shit, and I'm gonna have to bust her out. Over the weekend, this past weekend, we went fishing at Pickwick. Me, my dad, and my brother. And, you know, I'm excited. You know, haven't been out in the boat yet this year. I'm excited. I woke up at 1 in the morning, you know, got ready, drove all the way down there. The daylight's breaking over the dam. It's beautiful. Caught a couple fish. You know, life is great. And old Murphy bit me in the ass. I said, felt my phone ringing. I said, look down. I said, damn, this is Steph. What the hell is she doing up this early? So I answered the phone, and I could tell as soon as she said hello, I knew something was up. I said, hello? She said, what the fuck are you doing? I said, I'm doing a little fishing, baby. What are you doing? Well, you know, I had to go take care of Thor, right? And Thor's y'all's brother's dog. You know, his they were out of town. So
right.
Steph was going over there to take care of him. Well, I parked my truck where I normally park it. She was half asleep. So what does she do? Does she get in the car and, like, look in the rearview mirror, turn around, anything like a normal person would do? No. She threw that bitch in reverse and gunned it. I hit your fucking truck. I said, well, how is that my fault? I mean, what? She was legit pissed at me that she was up. She almost ripped the bumper off of her car, tore down the whole side of the fender. And she said, you know what? She said, what's really fucked up is I think I done it whenever I pulled back forward. So she went down the side of it, and instead of just going on and keeping on going, she just put that bitch back in drive and went back down the side of it again. I said, damn, baby, what is going on? It was my fault. And you know what her reaction was? You do that shit for a living. You'll fucking fix it. Click. I said, how the fuck is this shit my fault?
Hey, man, I get it all the time, man.
I'm like, damn. And, hey, nothing else. I ain't said nothing else about it, but I'm going to have to carry her car to work. Honestly, it was about a $2,000 hit, man, that she did down the side of her car.
Yeah, but hey, I get it all the time, man. I can put the milk back in the refrigerator the wrong way. So I mean, I get it all the time.
And hey, we're not. Look, we know, and hey, we know we can be just as hard to live with as anybody else. But I just thought that was kind of like, damn, how is this my fault? You know, it goes from beautiful day out on the water, out on the lake, and then you're getting cussed out because she wrecked her vehicle into yours on a Saturday morning. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this cussing? So, but yeah, that's what I got my little out to spouse. I had to put her on blast there for a minute. So
Mine wasn't as bad as that, man. My wife left for work this morning. I was awake. She called me, I think, maybe 10 minutes after she left the house. She said, was there a light on the dash on my truck yesterday when you drove it? I'm sitting there thinking, no, I don't think so. She said, well, there's a light on it, like I got a low tire. I said, okay. I said, you want to pull over and see if you got a low tire? I mean, so she stays on the phone. She pulls up, she looks, she goes, I can't really tell, and I've got to get to work. I'm like, well, do you want me to swap vehicles with you? Well, I guess so. I said, okay, I'll be right there. No, I don't have time to wait on you. I've got to get to work. I was like, well, if you got a flat tire, we need to swap now.
yeah,
Because you're about to make a 30-minute drive to work. No, she had to get to work.
damn.
So, got the kids up. Got later in the day, she made it to work fine. Got the kids up, got them dressed. We drove all the way to her job. Nothing wrong with the truck, man. I mean, I think I checked the tire pressure in all 4 tires. I think one of them was maybe a pound or 2 low. I think it was just low enough to make the light come on the dash. So
Damn, you drove all the way down. But hey, that's just being a good husband, man. You was handling your business, doing the right thing, and I'm sure she appreciated it.
yeah, I know my kids did. We left there and went to Captain D's and ate lunch. So
Man, you can't lose with Captain D's,
Nah, man.
You cannot lose. That's one place you never really have any problems.
especially the one in Collierville, man. They're super clean, super
Freaking
nice,
Collierville,
man. Oh yeah,
Freaking Collierville. Can't believe they even allow us in Collierville.
I know.
Can't believe they ain't got a sign up. So, but yeah, man, that's kind of a little segment we want to do. It may not be every week, but if y'all got something on your chest or some crazy shit, hey, send it in. We'll talk about it, discuss it, and another thing, we want to debate stuff on here. We want to touch on some stuff that we want to talk about. Dipping sauce. We want to talk about traditional versus boneless.
Man, which truck is better than the next truck? I mean,
anything,
man.
anything. We love arguing. We love arguing shit. I mean, just keep it somewhat classy. There's some things that we're probably not going to debate on here, but pretty much about anything's up for debate. So, and speaking of, little late for sports, our kickball team. We started off hot this year. Got that first big dub out the way, 6-0.
Man, we killed them on the first game.
We did, man. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh,
Dude,
we haven't won a game since, have
we haven't won a game. I told my wife I'm finna be medically retired, dude, because my old fat ass out there, the front of my shin hurts so bad. Because I kicked the shit out of that ball. I have it in my head like I'm finna bomb this bitch.
Well, I think every guy up there, man, I mean, it's just you're just going for the fence every time, and it never works out. Nobody's kicking the ball that far, man.
We've got a couple guys that, kind of have a soccer background or a rugby background, and they do pretty good. But, man, it seems like the harder I try to kick that stupid kickball, the worse it goes. I mean, it's like, damn. And then we're playing a lot of people who kind of, I don't want to say they take it too serious,
man,
but
they do, man. I'm talking about, getting mad. I mean,
it's kickball.
Yeah,
homie.
I mean, they got mad at a call, I guess, that they put in our favor, and they were already winning, 6-7-0?
Oh, dude,
I mean,
it's
couldn't
like,
even give us anything, man.
Throw us a bone, man. Picking on the girls out there. It's like, come on, guys.
Oh, man, the girl that was in right field, as soon as she missed one ball, dude, it was game over. They were kicking to her every time.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And they had all guys, man. It's supposed to be a co-ed team, so I mean, they were wrong from the get-go.
Yeah, but hey, we're having fun, man. Our fearless leader, he has fun out there,
and we're gonna get him on here one day too.
We
man.
are. Oh,
he's definitely coming on.
Oh yeah, dude. It's fun time, man. It's fun doing this. Even though we don't know what we're doing, it's fun to get out here. Because we've had a couple people ask us some questions. Kind of what made us decide to do this, and what we'd like to do in our spare time. What podcast we like. So you want to touch on some of that, Drew?
Yeah, man. I'd say what made us do a podcast in the first place. I think I touched on this one time before, which I don't know if we uploaded that video or not, because I mean we had a couple trial and error runs, but you know, me personally, I drive for a living, so all day long, this is all I do, man. I listen to other people's podcasts, you know, just interviews, YouTube videos. That's all I do all day, man.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fun. Ain't but one other person I want to do it with that, you know.
And that's where I'm at. Like, I probably wouldn't have done this with a lot of people because I think to do this and to make it come across as, I don't want to say genuine, but not forced, you have to do it with somebody who, just being honest, just don't give a fuck. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck. I know he don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't give a fuck if one person doesn't listen. We don't care.
I mean, I don't care what the comments say. You can flame us. You can roast us. I don't really give a shit. Because if you want to come over here and get on the fucking ones and twos and do any better, come on with it. And then I'm going to be the first one in the comments. Bitch, your podcast suck.
Yeah, me too. Man, how long did we joke around saying, I'm going to get that podcast started,
dude,
man?
we done it either if it was just a YouTube video. Because I don't know why people say that I'm fucking stupid and dumb and I need to make a fucking a YouTube. And I'm like, man, whatever. You know, I'm not doing it. I've just always been kind of goofy anyway. And Drew's kind of like that too. You know, so much shit that we just do. And we're not even, I wouldn't even say we're trying to be funny. It's like we just do it.
Man,
and
I don't know. I think we bring it out of each other, man. So, you know.
But that's kind of where it came from. That's kind of what made us start it. You know, I don't drive a truck, but I love the podcast, and I like certain ones. You know, I kind of like the ones where I'm never gonna meet a lot of these famous actors, famous people like that. So I kind of wanted to do like a working man's thing. You know, just normal guys. You know, it don't get no more normal than we got a fucking zero turn sitting right here beside us, a couple Honda four-wheelers, a fucking chainsaw. This is a working man's garage. We're just two guys sitting out here bullshitting on a friggin' Thursday night. You know, wives probably pissed off at us because we ain't, you know, doing what we need to be doing. We're out here fucking around with this damn podcast, but we enjoy it, man. We have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have we'll have real people on here, man. Which we're gonna plug the website, and it gives you a lot of information about, you know, what we're going to be doing, what we'd like to be doing. But I don't know, man. Another question we have was, you know, which podcasters do we follow and do we watch? And
oh man, yeah, that's a good one, dude. I like a lot of them, but something about fucking Joey Diaz, man. That dude. Uncle Joey, man, that dude is a trip, man.
He's definitely one of my favorites, man.
What is it, Uncle Joey's joint? I think that's what he calls it.
What's his?
Eat another star, cocksucker.
What's the little guy? What's his name? Lee.
Yes,
man,
dude. Do you see what they put that poor fucker through? Man, he'll be giving him like 1,000 milligrams of THC. Like he's already had like, you know, the little THC. They're stars of death.
Yeah.
600 or like they're 200 milligrams of THC. You're talking about. Like, I don't smoke weed. I can't. We'll get into that one day. I've got some funny stories about me trying to do that shit. I suck at smoking weed. But, I mean, I've been told that like a 10 milligram edible will send you into orbit. And he's got Lee eating, you know, 600 milligrams. And he's over there like passing out. And Joey's like, yeah, eat another star, cocksucker. And he throws it on the ground, just laughing. That dude has smoked so much weed that it don't even bother. And that's what he's like. He's like, I wipe my balls with 200 milligrams, bro.
That dude is a trip, man. He's definitely one of my favorites. I'd say my all-time favorite is probably Theo Vaughn.
Oh, dude, Theo Vaughn, dude. That dude's awesome, man.
I mean, some of the stories that he puts out, man, where he was on cocaine and stuff, man, like him and a cab driver at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to, you know, it's good to see, because a lot of people could very easily be ashamed of that or keep that, you know, out of the limelight. But it's almost like, you know, he accepts it for what it is. And
I compare him to us, man. He don't give a fuck.
He don't, and being genuine, you know, I can appreciate that. You know, I would rather somebody just come out and straight up say, you know, fuck you or I don't like you than. You know, I'd rather just be honest. You know, don't be the guy that's like, oh, yeah, man, what's up, man? Oh, I hate that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, nice to your face, man. And just, you know.
That shit sucks. But yeah, I mean, and I don't, you know, I know we'll never be on that, you know, level of, you know, I don't want to say greatness, but those dudes are just, I mean, they're fit and finish. They're I like their delivery. I like what they talk about.
Oh,
you know, it's hilarious, man. It's great, man.
Theo Vaughn and Brendan Schaub, they do King and the Sting.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's awesome, man.
What was you telling me the name of the one? What is it? Rip My Drip.
Yeah, man, they do different segments called Rip My Drip, where people send in pictures of themselves with their clothes on, or, if they think they look good, and man, they just tear them apart.
Tear them apart, dude. Theo Vaughn, dude. That dude says some fucked up shit, man.
I mean, just some of the shit he says, man, like, he's I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah, we'll save that for another day. Theo Vaughn that dude is a trip, man. So what about, we've had another one call in, kind of like, what's some of our personal interests, outside of podcasts and stuff, kind of a little background on what you might like to do with your free time.
Man, I've taken a liking to disc golf.
Yeah.
I wish I could go more. I know it's been twice now that we planned on going to play, and something's popped up at the last minute.
Yeah. And that's life, when you get to be our age, it's not as easy as it was when we were 19, 20, just to do whatever do what you want to do. So
that, and I don't know, man. I've got an old 85 model C10 truck, man, that we're slowly fixing up. That I think Anthony's going to help me do some body work on pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get it looking nice again. I mean, it's a good looking truck now. It just needs a little TLC, But and that's something that it's something that I hate doing it every day some days. But something like that, it could be fun, like on the side, if you're not stressed, you're not put under a crunch. Yeah. Something like that's not as bad. But, man, I'm not going to lie, dude. Getting up every morning, and what I do for a living, our spray booth is in the middle of an asphalt parking lot. It's blacktop. It's a metal building, and it's pretty much like a fucking oven when you're in there. I brought my wife up there one time on a Saturday in July to help me. And she was in there for all of 2 minutes, and she said, I will never set foot in that place again. And I'm not saying it for sympathy. It's paid me good. It's paid my bills. It's put food on my table. But I'll tell you what, in the summertime, dude, my job is a bitch. So, on my free time, I've always been a big outdoors person. I love to fish. I've always loved to fish. Love to play disc golf. Now I've been playing that about a year. I used to be big into hunting, but the older I get, the less violent I am. I don't really want to shoot anything anymore. So I've kind of shied away from that. But
you were a big time hunter, man.
I was,
Real
man.
Big time.
I was, and it's weird. You get the older you get. I don't know. I don't want to say you get soft, but you start appreciating life. Especially when you're halfway through yours, about like where I'm at now. It's like
me too, man.
Damn. It was easier when I was younger to squeeze the trigger, but now that I'm older, it gets harder and harder. So I just said I'm gonna watch them, man.
I mean, look, especially with CWD too, man. Yeah. I don't want no part of it. I mean, I'm sure it's been there for. I personally think it's been there for years. They're just now making a big deal out of it. But
I have no problem with anybody who wants to hunt. Man, my hat's off. I've done it for years. And if I was hungry, I don't think I wouldn't be out there doing the same thing. But it's kind of I'm not as mad at them as I used to be. So right now, pretty much what I like to do is the fishing, the disc golf. That's about it. And I'll tell you another thing. I haven't really talked to you about this, and I don't know why, but I will venture off into some bullshit on YouTube. I got onto a kick where I was watching chess videos for a while. I don't know how to play fucking chess. I've never played it in my life, but I don't know why I was watching this dude, like I think his name was Magnum Carl something, just some kind of chess grandmaster, and he'd beat people like in 30 seconds. I had no idea what he was doing, but I liked watching the videos. But I've started watching these guys go out and look for rocks. Like just look for rocks like in they'll go to like Arkansas and places like that, and wherever they go, they'll find these like agates, I think they call them, and like these really crazy looking rocks, and then they'll polish them and stuff. And I don't know why I thought that was kind of interesting. So I told my wife I'm kind of thinking about maybe getting into that, just going out to creek beds and shit and looking for rocks. Sounds stupid, but I know I'm kind of looking forward to maybe diving into that. But that's about all my hobbies consist of.
Yeah, me too, man. I don't know. I guess we can wrap it up, and we can do some updates. As far as plugging the website in, we're going to put the link at the bottom of the YouTube description.
Yeah.
We'll
put a link to the website.
Put a link to the website. Man, we literally just created the website yesterday, so it's going to change. It'll probably change 100 times between now and then, but we're going to figure it out. But you can. It's got a place on there where you can. One day, I guess, when we get to the point where we'll get merchandise or we want to sell something, it's got a spot for that. It's going to change. It'll probably change 100 times between now and then, but we're going to figure it out. But you can. It's got a place on there where you can. One day, I guess, when we get to the point where we'll get merchandise or we want to sell something, it's got a spot for that. It's got a spot where, you can submit questions. You can subscribe, I guess, to the website. Any updates, it'll send you, it'll let you know what we're doing, what we got going on.
Yeah, because that's the main thing we want to do. We want to get some stability in it. We want to have recurring things where y'all can get in touch with us. And maybe nobody, some people may not even want to, write in. We'll talk anyway. We don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, man. And then there's also going to be a spot. I haven't put it on there yet, but you can actually put a phone number, man. People can call and leave a voicemail.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's pretty cool,
that would be cool, man. And, depending on what's said on the voicemail, we might be able to air it on here,
Yep.
So, yeah, but we got big plans, what we'd like to do with it, and I think one of our first guests, man, I'm not going to dive into it a lot, but one of our first guests is going to be a pretty interesting cat, man. He's got a lot to talk about, a lot of backstory. He's kind of touched on some of the stuff, and, man, he had a pretty fucking crazy upbringing.
I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of laughs.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. And, I think you might get to meet the infamous uncle this weekend, if you get a chance to come over. He's going to be one of our future guests. And I'm going to tell you right now, I will make the fucking Pepsi challenge right now. There's not one crazier motherfucker who don't give a shit about anything or what anybody thinks about him than this guy. And it's going to be great, man. He don't care. It's going to be awesome. Y'all are going to love it. It's going to be great.
Well, cool, man. Well, that'll wrap it up. I guess we'll get this uploaded maybe sometime tomorrow and shoot again for the same time next week. But until then, man.
That's it. Until then, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Andrew. We'll see you next week.